An 800 credit score is worth $100,000 in purchasing power. False. Extremely false. In this video, we're going to break down exactly why this very popular YouTube or internet post, or social media post rather, and really typically internet marketing graphic is completely false, misleading, and potentially harmful. We're going to break all of that down in this video. This is JP from Blueprint for Prosperity, helping you to increase your net worth through relationship banking, maximizing your borrowing capacity, proper use of life insurance, and the ownership of real estate. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading content on a daily basis to help you customize your personal blueprint for prosperity. So we're going to demystify the 800 credit score being worth $100,000 in purchasing power in this video. And we're going to do it by segmenting on both sides why 800 credit score is not worth $100,000 in purchasing power. And we're going to break down when an 800 credit score is way beyond $100,000 in purchasing power. So starting out, we're going to start out on the downside. An 800 credit score is not going to be worth $100,000 in purchasing power in the following scenarios. Number one, your credit score is simply curb appeal when it comes to your overall credit worthiness. Your credit score is only as good as everything else that comes behind it. So what do I mean by that? Basically, your credit score is like the cover to the book. From this point, now the next layer to this is your credit profile, which honestly could be more important than the score. How is that? When you have an 800 credit score and a very thin credit profile, let's just say 2 or 3 trade lines, you are likely to run into limited approvals to complete outright denials in the same scenarios where someone with a thick credit profile, we'll call it 20 or more trade lines, and a mid credit score, 660, 680. Why is this? Because of data points. You have not demonstrated your ability to handle enough debt yet. Next scenario, your DTI is another major disqualifying factor. 800 credit score, but your liabilities, your monthly expenses reporting on your credit report are too high relative to your income. Another automatic disqualifier for high level credit funding and any type of financing or borrowing for the most part. Leads me to my next one, income. When income is too low, when you don't have 800 credit score, but you have little to no verifiable income, your credit score is not going to help you very much. There are scenarios where you can get approved, maybe renting furniture or financing furniture, something like that. You may not need to have much or show any income. But when it comes down to cars, homes, investing in real estate, big significant borrowing, you are going to have an income to match that credit score. And if you don't, you're not going to get off the ground. So we're going to now turn on the other side and describe when is an 800 credit score magnitudes beyond $100,000 in purchasing power. Well, when you think about having the previous mentioned disqualifiers actually situated properly, so thick, healthy, robust credit profile, great DTI, strong, provable, consistent income with an 800 credit score, totally different ball game. Now you're talking about the ability, if you so choose to pursue, to be able to attain tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars in personal and business cash credit per year. That's right. Not over a lifetime, not over decades, annually. If you decide to put in the work, find the data points, and build the relationships with the right institutions, creditors, and lenders, you can attain tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit funding in a year's time, per year. So when you put this into play and you master the science of arbitrage, meaning you know how to take that money invested into assets and business opportunities that will bring you back more money than the cost of borrowing that money, then $100,000 in purchasing power is literally kibbles and bits. It's weak. It is a poor description of what healthy credit, along with supporting financials, can accomplish in this economy. You have to keep in mind your personal credit profile and personal income support and co-sign for any business venture that you get into. You can walk into an institution, start a business, start your business, get your state registration together, get your EIN number, and go in and get a business bank account. Apply for a business credit card, usually on the spot with many institutions. If you have a supporting credit score, 800 credit score, and supporting financials personally, you can walk out of that bank with tens of thousands of dollars in funding that day, the same day you set up your business account. The power behind personal credit is immense, but it has to have a supporting cast. So when you run across social media posts that are using these fancy marketing reels in an intent to reel you in with the concept of, $100,000, because of the triggering effect that may have on many of us who aspire to $100,000, you will quickly realize, and I want you to reference back to this video, that it's BS. In one way or the other, it's completely false. Your ability to set up strong banking relationships, a high credit score, proper DTI, proper income, the sky is the limit. If you have an 800 credit score by some crazy chance that you had this mix between, a thin credit profile, a few trade lines, and they're older and they have high limits, but that's all you've ever done in your credit, and eventually your score just rose to that 800 mark. If you don't have the income, the DTI, or a thick enough credit profile, you're not getting far. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get far. So either way it goes, $100,000 in purchasing power is completely false when it comes to an 800 credit score. And I just broke down why, and I want you to take this information and apply it to your personal finances, because if you have poor supporting financials, you need to fix that, because having a strong credit score, paying credit repair companies to get negative items off to try to boost your score, all of these different things are going to be in vain if you have no verifiable income, a strong, consistent income, great DTI, and a thick enough credit profile. Then you're working backwards. On the flip side of that, those of you out there who are putting the work in and situating your finances, you get to a 780, 760, 780, 800 credit score, 8+. You got good income, verifiable income, you have good DTI, and you have a strong credit profile. There's nothing out here you can't accomplish economically. There's nothing you can't accomplish financially. You're gonna be able to borrow almost anything you want, especially when you continue to demonstrate it over time. Especially when you show you can demonstrate it over time. I promise you, you will be able to scale quickly when it comes to your funding and your financing options. Cash credit, credit cards, business credit cards, personal credit cards, personal loans, business loans. You will be able to scale what will seem like overnight. So I wanted to bring this to you because there's so many misconceptions in the finance space. Social media is a wild place. It's a wild, wild west when it comes to marketing and trying to draw people in and stir up that emotion to get them, a call to action to get them to buy a product or a service. And my job as your financial consultant, your banker, is to bring you quality information to steer you in the right direction and to motivate you and to drive you to see your true potential financially. I know this information was valuable for you. I enjoyed bringing it to you. As always, I want you to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.